It's day 2 in Iceland. Actually, it's not day 2, I don't even know what we are because we're night shifting it. So we woke up today at noon and it's now about 3 in the afternoon and we're exploring waterfalls on today's episode up in the Westfjords. But first, today's video is sponsored by Squarespace.com. Squarespace is an awesome place for photographers, or anyone really, to build a professional looking website really quickly. There are a lot of community-driven aspects that go beyond building the website as well. For example, you can make a gated community area to both earn revenue and connect with your audience. And if you're looking to streamline your photography business, there are loads of options to integrate third-party e-commerce programs, which allow you to take payments, manage inventory, promote products, and even streamline your bookkeeping and accounting. Of course, all of this is a bonus beyond the beautiful and easy-to-use Squarespace website templates they're known for. So, head to squarespace.com/BrendanVanson for a 10% discount on your first purchase. So we're in the Westfjords, as I mentioned in the intro, and I've never been here before. This is a scouting mission, and it's been awesome so far. I have to say I am absolutely blown away with the beauty of the Westfjords, and I almost don't want to publish these videos and encourage other people to come here because I like having it to ourselves. Selfishly, this is just incredible. On the map scouting, there have been a couple cool waterfalls. So basically, today's mission is to see and photograph as many of these waterfalls as possible. Even though the light's not perfect, even though the weather's not perfect, just cover as many waterfalls as we can and, you know, potentially scout for a situation where it might be better. So we're at a waterfall that has no name other than Foss. The farm is called Foss Farm. The waterfall is called Foss, which is kind of ridiculous because in Icelandic, Foss means waterfall, or falls. So it's called Waterfall. Waterfall is a pretty beautiful waterfall, but there's an ugly cement bridge in front of it that I'm gonna have to work around for a photo. So when you're scouting a location, I think it's really important to not set up your gear. A lot of people will walk right up to something and just start taking pictures of it. Whereas I like to wander around. So I'm way out on like the alluvial plain in front of the waterfall, just trying to get some ideas, trying to see if there's some lines, and I'll slowly meander myself, zigzagging all the way back to the front of the waterfall. And then potentially, if there's a trail, up the waterfall as well. So give yourself a lot of time to explore and then set up a photo. That's how you get the best photo. Yeah, location scouting definitely takes some practice and some time. I hiked all the way out here and got out here and nothing lines up properly. The bridge doesn't line up properly. The water doesn't line up properly. And it's not what I hoped for. When you're location scouting, it doesn't always work. So I'm gonna now go from way back to right up on top of it. Well, this isn't perfect either. Keep looking around. So the thing I've struggled with here is balance and trying to find a foreground. Back there I had balance issues, up here I have balance issues, and I'm trying to solve all my issues by kind of playing with the water. The water's running away from the waterfall, which seems like the big problem. But I think you can solve that using the way the foam of the water bounces. So where I'm set up, it's like the foam of the water creates a line to the waterfall, and then I've just plopped the waterfall right in the middle of the frame. I'm going F16 almost a second, 0.8 seconds, and then I have a 3-stop hard grad ND on. It's a really cool location to come to, but this is why you location scout, to find out if it's worth coming back to for something epic like Northern Lights or an epic sky, or whether there's something in the area that's going to be better for that. So I'm not sure we'll come back to here, but I'm having fun here. I also tried to do something else, an open aperture of f5.6 and a blurry waterfall. What do you think? Then we hit the road, crossing the absolutely beautiful Westfjords to the region's most known and impressive waterfall. Wow, so this is why in location scouting you don't just trust Google Photos and the internet. We're at Dunyani Falls and it is far superior looking to any photo I've ever seen. It is absolutely phenomenally epic, and I'm sure that even to you it won't look that way. There's waterfalls on top of waterfalls on top of waterfalls, and I don't know if a photo here is gonna be able to do it justice, to be honest. Trying to do it justice, I walked up the trail, stopping constantly to look through my lens. From the bottom, it looked like this. Slightly farther up, I found a cool composition of the stacked falls. And as I got higher, I found another image. But I was really struggling to find a balanced photo. Nature is amazing, but it can be frustratingly unsymmetrical. Okay, if I look super wide, it's because I have my Nisi 15mm lens on, which I actually haven't used at all because I forgot the adapter ring thing for it. But I was just like hand holding my filters over, and I think I got a really cool photo right here because you've got this curve of the river and then the falls up top, and it doesn't make the waterfall look big, but it is a really cool photo. I've gotten a couple kind of detail-y photos down below. I think I'm gonna push to the top and see what happens up there. Up there, we were pelted by both rain falling from clouds and mist that blasted at us from the falls. It's wet up here. So I made it up to the top, and it's awesome, but we're just getting hammered with the waterfall mist, and definitely not able to make the photo from up here right now. If the wind direction was different, it might be a different situation, but just the camera goes up and the mist just covers the filters and everything. So this has been a mission, but it's been a lot of fun. And now that I'm standing here, I see a new composition. Woo! Right on the edge here, so I don't know, maybe I'll try to take this. Pointing opposite the falls, I was able to get an image of the valley. Then for a brief second, the winds calmed down enough to manage a photo of the falls, with a little Brendan to model in it. Soaked to the core, it was time to leave and set up camp for the night.
Yo, yo.
What? What do you want?
Reception guy just said this is the busiest night of the year so far.
Yeah,
Do
National
you know what day it is?
It's Ice Day.
National Iceland
Do you know what they celebrate?
Yeah, I was going to say independence, but I don't think they've ever not had independence.
No, they
so.
celebrate their victory against the Mighty Ducks.
What does that mean? You'll find out.
I'm pretty sure it means my country has epic waterfalls. So after we set up camp at the base of one, we headed out once more. It's exactly midnight, and we've hiked to our last waterfall of the day, Valgir, and I actually can't see it yet, but I'm assuming back that way. This is really cool. like I said, I've never been to the Westfjords. I had no idea what to expect. And I would say that the sights and waterfalls I've seen so far in the Westfjords are actually superior to the rest of Iceland. And I know that's maybe just because it's the first time seeing it versus 10 times before all the other spots. But this is just unreal here. So it's still overcast and sunset's still an hour away at 1 in the morning. And we're gonna walk up and see what we find. I'm assuming it'll be a waterfall. Yeah, it's a waterfall. Another totally undervisited location on this trip in a country full of overvisited sites. And if you judge by the awkwardly strange look on my face when I first see the falls, it's a pretty incredible one. This place is epic. I did not think it was gonna be this big. That's what she said. It is absolutely massive and unbelievably impossible to show the scale. Almost reminds me of Angel Falls and just how tall and big this is, and just there's no way to show you how big this is. I think that potentially where I'm standing now in the middle of the river, we're gonna have to set up a camera above and have a model down here just to try to show that scale. And then there's probably a second photo from down here with this rushing water and the fall in the background. But I want to try to get the epic scale photo first, so let's give that a try. I sent Greg in his overly bright orange jacket down to stand in the frame. It gives scale, but there's still nothing quite like seeing this in person. It's insanely beautiful. It is now almost sunrise actually, although it's cloudy, so we've decided to call it a day. And today has been awesome. It has been so much fun. That being said, I don't know how the photos came out, to be honest. A lot of the problems you face with waterfalls is that it's really hard to put scale to it. And a lot of the coolest waterfall photos in the world either have a way to get scale to it, or they have like a really epic backdrop, like a mountain or something like that in the backdrop that kind of sets it off. And I feel like the waterfalls today didn't have that. That being said, they were epic and I had so much fun. And this trip is going so well, and I'm ready to climb into my tent and get 7 hours sleep. So I'll see you on the next episode. We're continuing down the Westfjords and into the north of Iceland. I'll see you there. Peace.